I've been debating whether or not to tell this story on YouTube for a bit. And then, just today, while I was scrolling through videos and clicking on things that looked like they might be interesting, I stumbled on this guy's video. I had like 30 views. And I'm not going to watch the full thing or talk about the full thing because it's like an hour long. But there was a snippet in there that caught my eye.
I debated on this because I currently work in a position that is very DEI oriented. They literally have a subset there, and it's kind of nauseating, right? Because we work with a lot of young kids and special needs individuals. As someone on the spectrum, and I would consider myself a DEI hire for that reason, I freaking hate it. Because I feel like I was hired based on the fact that I checked some box off rather than anything that I'm capable of doing.
Yeah. That made me think that today might be the day to tell this story. So, I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, fucking hell. Stupid light. There we go. The year is 2008. I'm a bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, young 19-year-old looking to go to university. University, for those of you not in the UK, if you're interested, is what I guess in America you call college. To us in the UK, college is where you go after school if you're not going to go into work. You go into work or you go to college, basically. And so I'd done 3 years at college. Now I was going to university. And I decided I want to do a film course. Yeah, bit of a waste of time, but we won't talk about that. Once I knew where I wanted to go, once I had like the university picked out, the way it works, at least in this regard, is you contact the university, you have like an open day, you look around, and then for the next step, you'll actually go in and have maybe like an interview. So, once I knew that I was going to this university, I went to my teachers at the college and I said, okay, what's my best stuff? Because the university, all they've said to us so far is bring some of your work. That vague. So I had no idea what to take, really, other than I knew I needed to take something that I had done. So we went through my stuff, and I took, I think, 3 pieces of work that they felt was the best stuff that I had done in my 3 years of college work. And so, with my short films there, just on this big, bloody 2008 hard drive, I go on the train and I go to university, and, well, we get there, and there's like 10 to 12 other people there. I think there was like 11 guys. Like 11 of us were guys. I think there was one girl there, as far as I remember. And we go into the room and we all talk and we all get to know each other a little bit. And we're sat in this classroom, and it's like a horseshoe. You can imagine that, like a horseshoe classroom setup. And the lady comes in, and she's going to be the head of the course for the first year. And she says, right, what we're going to do is we're going to go around the room, and each one of you are going to give me like a piece of work that you've got, and we'll play it for everyone to watch. And then once that's done, I'll give you that back, and then we'll go to the next person, and so on and so forth. And we went around the room, and everybody showed a piece of work. Most people's work was like, a few minutes, a short film, a music video they'd worked on, or a scene that they'd worked on in a maybe bigger project, but everybody had worked on something and showed something. So, once we'd all shown everything, then there was like, okay, thank you. We all left, we all go outside, and we're all chatting away. And then, it gets to the point where it's like, right, now we have interviews one-on-one. Each one of us goes in one by one, and comes out, and then basically leaves, because after that, you're done. So, the room is getting whittled down bit by bit, and I don't know, I was maybe the 6th or 7th person to go in. And so I go in there, and she's talking to me about the short film that I showed, and oh yeah, no, that was good. She was like, okay, how much experience have you actually got with video editing? I was like, a little bit, you know, I'm not great at it or anything. I'm actually coming to the university to learn. Okay, yeah. So I'm talking with her for a few minutes, and it's not a very long interview. Not long at all, actually. And she just goes, okay, yeah. Well, we're going to offer you an unconditional offer. Great. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Basically, what they will do, they will offer you, like, they will either say, no, you're crap, you're not coming to this university. We'll give you a conditional offer, which means we will give you a chance. We'll give you a place at this university, maybe, depending on the grades at the end of the year that you get. Or you get the unconditional offer, which means it doesn't even matter what you do, you're in. You are accepted. If you accept today, you're in. Welcome to the university. And so I was like, well, this is the university I want to come to, so we're in. We're done. Awesome. So I'm grinning like a Cheshire cat. But I'm not... I'm not allowed. She tells me, you know, don't tell anybody else out there because, you know, they might not be getting an unconditional. They might, you know, just keep it to yourself. I was like, that's fine. That's okay. So I've got my unconditional. I am beaming. I'm so goddamn happy. Because the reason I'm so happy is because in that room, there were people there who were better than me. They had so much better experience than me. They were clearly more informed. They were more into it than me, honestly. They absolutely must have got unconditionals as well, but she thought I was in that group. So I was proud. I was proud as punch. So I leave and I call my dad up and I'm like, Dad, you're not going to believe it. They actually think I'm good enough to like get an unconditional. I'm at university. And my dad's like, you go into that university though? Like that city's a bit rough. And I'm like, Dad, shut up, Dad. But I am really happy. Fast forward to actually getting to university. I'm grinning. You know, I've got there unconditionally. I know now that they think that I'm good shit. Maybe not hot shit, but they think I'm good shit. We're good to go. So, get there, and I see a couple of familiar faces, but not many. I see a couple of the people who are in my group. And we get talking, and for the next few days, just a case of sort of getting to know people and getting acquainted with the course, and they're not all that interesting. But a few days in was when I learned that the people that I had seen who were in my group originally, who had made it in, none of those people got an unconditional. Not one of them. More than that, I learned that out of, it would have been, I think, about 40 people on the course, only a few got unconditionals. Very few. And it just so happened that I was one of them. Like I said, on the day of the interviews, we got to watch everybody's stuff. We got to hear everybody else talk. I'm just going to be blunt. I was middle of the pack in terms of ability. I was middle of the pack in terms of enthusiasm. It wasn't the fact that I said, I need this university, this course, it's got to be this. I just chose this, and they knew that. But for whatever reason, out of all of the very skilled people there, out of all of the very enthusiastic people there who really wanted that university, really wanted that course, whatever, I was the only one who got the unconditional. Now look, I never got confirmation of this. And I could be doing myself maybe a little bit of a disservice, but I'm sorry. I later found out that it was basically me, one of the disabled guy on the course who was, I think, a year above me. He was in like year 2 when I got there. And my feeling was, did I earn it? Or am I just here with that unconditional because I ticked a box. And it made me feel like shit. It made me feel like absolute garbage. I felt now like a bit of a fraud. I didn't feel like I belonged there. Now, that's neither here nor there in the terms of, like, yes, I probably was more than good enough to actually be on the course. But the point is, it made me feel like I didn't deserve it, like I shouldn't have been there, because I didn't feel like I had earned it on the same merits and the same playing field as everybody else. I felt like I got a leg up that I not only didn't deserve, but didn't need. But I was given it anyway. Why? Because I'm in a wheelchair? I'm sorry, but to me, that's not equality. If you see somebody who is just disabled and immediately think that person needs a leg up, you're an asshole. Likewise, if you're a university or if you're a company and you're going, you know what? We need to hire a disabled guy or whatever it is to make it our sheets look better. Screw you too. I don't feel like that's equality. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers with that maybe, but I don't really care. I can't change how it made me feel. And it's the only example that I've got is my own. But the reason that I thought I'd talk about it today is because I saw that guy talking about it, the guy at the start of the video, and his way of explaining it in the short way that he did mirrored my own feelings. Damn, was I just we didn't really have the term diversity hire back then, but for all intents and purposes, yeah, was I just a diversity hire? Was I a tick box? And so when I say, if you ever hear me say I am against affirmative action, affirmative hiring, that's why. It's because I feel like I was a part of it. And I didn't like it. But I don't know. It's just a little story that happened to me in real life, and yeah. It has colored my feelings on all of the affirmative action that you hear in the modern day, and maybe that's unfair, but I don't know. I just cannot shake off my experience with that.